This is Brooke here, also known as Lorelei Vega, Aurora, all these different things, whatever. Okay, today I have some things I want to talk about that I got in my Facebook status. Artist Ren Artist said, talk about madness and creativity, and also another person, Alexander, said, please talk about the correlation between smart people and mental illness. Okay, I'll start with the first one with madness and creativity. Sorry guys, I'm losing my voice. At my job I have to be on the phone all day, so please bear with me with my voice. Okay, so madness and creativity. I'm an artist. I've been an artist for over 10 years, and the reason why most artists are crazy is because they're observers. Artists observe things on the deepest levels, and what they realize is that the world is shitty. I mean, that's the most basic explanation for that, is that artists realize the sadness in the world more than most people, because most people work 9 to 5, they're in the business. Most people are in the matrix. I want another word for that. A lot of people use that term. A lot of people don't look at the world the way artists look at the world. Artists look at the fine details of this blueprint we call the matrix, and the more that an artist studies everything on the deepest levels, from anatomy to sacred geometry to understanding why shapes are the way they are, and what electrical charge they have, and why a triangle is a triangle, and why a circle is a circle, and what makes up the human body, it gets so deep, and artists have to look at the world from a very deep perspective. Therefore, that's why a lot of artists go crazy, because another reason why artists go crazy is because they obsess over perfection. When they draw, they want everything to be as it is, as they see it in their mind, in their third eye. And if the picture does not come out to what they see in their mind, it can drive someone a little crazy, because artists understand the symmetry, the perfection of shapes. So they drive themselves crazy trying to meet perfection. They try to pretty much be the same as the divine creator. Artists do come from the divine creator, and we artists try to be like the divine creator, because the divine creator made this entire thing we call the world, the universe. So us excuse me, us artists try to be like the creator, to be like God, to create as best as we can. We try to understand the way the human body how it looks, how the shapes used to make it. So we're basically definitely trying to be like the divine creator, and sometimes we can't get to that level of mastery as far as creating like the creator. It takes years and years and years of understanding and practice to get to that level of understanding shapes and distance and creation as much as the creator. We try to reach the standards of the creator, and sometimes it gets a little frustrating because we're in physicality. We have limitations. When we're in soul form, when we advance as human beings or as souls, our skills go up. So we're on a very basic level here, trying to meet extraordinary standards, and that could drive someone a little crazy. Another reason why people go crazy is when you level up, there's a moment of pain. There's the pain that comes with reward, because when you level up, when that light bulb goes off in your head, like, yes, now I understand such and such, you have to get through this pain, because the universe is saying, is this person worthy? Does this person have what it takes to have this knowledge, to have this skill? And if you can't get through the pain of it all, then you don't deserve that knowledge and that skill. So a lot of people can't get through that little struggle, that little bit, just to get to that level up. That's what drives a lot of artists crazy. Like myself, we all try to meet these standards. But it's not even just standards of being the best artist in the world, the best artist for ourselves. What we see in our minds, see, a lot of people don't think like artists. We see so many things at once, like, oh, I want to put that down, I want to do this, and I want to do that. And it can be a little frustrating because when you draw it on paper, it doesn't necessarily come out the way that you imagine. So you're just sitting there like, fuck, I just fucked up. And you have to do it over and over and over again just to master yourself. To master your own imagination can drive someone completely crazy. And also artists spend a lot of time alone because observers are usually very lonely people because they look and they watch the way life operates. And like I said before, if that makes any sense, I apologize if I'm rambling, because I don't write things down before I do videos. I just start talking. But I need to start doing that because sometimes I'll be like, oh, but we try to be parallel to the creator. We try to be like the divine creator as far as creating our own universe. And it takes years of mastery to get there, because with great power, I know this is quoting Spider-Man, but this quote just struck a nerve in my soul. With great power becomes, you have to have great responsibility. And you can't just get power, you have to earn power. You have to earn skills. You have to go through that pain because the universe wants to see, you have to prove yourself to this universe that you're putting in that time, you're putting that energy, that passion to be rewarded these skills. And that could drive some people crazy because some people don't have what it takes to get there. Sorry, just checking the time. So it goes deeper, but I have to keep moving forward because I have to go to work. So I'm gonna have to cut that short. I'll get more into it as we talk. Also, so Alexander asks, people who are smart have mental health. Why is that a lot of people that are very, very intelligent end up having mental illness? And this is a very easy question, because I'm not saying I'm the smartest person, please, because I don't want someone like, bitch, you not smart, you the okay. The reason why a lot of people, and I've been to therapy a lot of times, and there were some very brilliant people in there. The reason why a lot of smart people go crazy is because they see the world for what it is. They're very aware. They talk about things that a lot of people they don't really talk about because they just want to keep going. I gotta go to work, I gotta feed my kids, a lot of smart people think a lot, and the more you think, the more you realize how fucked up shit is. And the more you realize how fucked up shit is, that can drive someone crazy, because no human being that has a heart and a soul can just sit around and think about the way shit is going in this world and not feel pain. Because the more you understand what's going on, the more pain you have to deal with, because you know it's not right. A decent human being, a decent soul will realize that what we're going through is not right, period. It's just bullshit. So I know a lot of people that are very smart, and then the more you use your brain, see, because sometimes people use their mind too much. I heard that you're supposed to use about, people have thousands of thoughts a day. Some people try to cut it down to one thought, because all that power you're using in your brain can drive you a little crazy. Like, you're pretty much overusing your mind. You're overusing it. And a lot of people who are smart, they're perfectionists. It's like a drug, pretty much. Like intellectual, they call it intellectual masturbation. Basically, you get high off of learning. You can get addicted to learning. Learning's good, don't get me wrong. I'm one of those people that I'm addicted to learning. I like to learn. That's why I ask all these weird-ass questions on Facebook. People think I'm trying to get attention. No, I really want to know this stuff because no one's ever taught me anything. When I was a kid, my mother and father, they weren't around, and I'm sorry to put their business out there, but I'm just telling the truth. They weren't around, and my grandparents, they were old, so when you're old, you're tired, because you have to raise so many generations of kids, so I understand that they did the best they could do. They put me through school, they made sure I was eating, they made sure I had a roof over my head. They did their job, but it wasn't their job to take care of me, so I'm not going to get into that. My parents made up for that later in my life. But I still have issues with them, but I don't want to get into that right now. What I want to get into is getting back to the question of the mental illness. It's, okay, it's 9 minutes. I'm going to do part 2. I'm going to do a 2-parter because YouTube takes forever to upload stuff. So, alright guys, part 2 is coming.